Rockies EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. And off we go from Denver. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Jackson now. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And some room to work. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. From the 22, Jackson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this one is incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, It almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 1st down, Wilson. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbuna. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 2nd down now, it's Gordon, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. First and goal at the 7-yard line. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Melvin Gordon with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. At their own 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day.
And now the rookie's free. 20. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 11. A big gain there on 3rd and long. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They go play action now. Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Going to give this time to the tailback. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 44. 103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now it's Jackson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Randy Gregory racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques. Trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves, certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, They find a way to put it as...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Will Fuller. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And maybe that one caused by the weather, of course. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. For Jerry Jeudy, this is why he was a first-round pick back in 2020. The route running, the hands are great, but the speed, that sets him apart. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Right back to him on first down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. But for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Broncos 14. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. To throw is Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Patrick. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. They go play action now. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Play action. Now Jackson. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. And they'll run on the inside handoff. There's the stiff arm. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 144 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Hands it off out of the gun. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They go play action with Jackson, rolling to his right. Open space inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and
He'll try again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Ravens are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
That catch good for only a couple. From the 24, Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. This is caught. Touchdown. Cortland Sutton. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Jackson now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they're going to face a third down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 165 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Jackson on first down. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 33. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. After the interception, here's Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just...
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's to the 10, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Dancing to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Play action. Now Wilson. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. He's been a frequent target, and with catches like that, one-handed in the end zone, I'd keep going his way.
And he's doing it every which way, isn't he? 2 hands, and in this case, we just saw it with 1 hand. Almost reminds me of a great return of service guy in tennis. No matter how you whack it at him, it comes back at you. In this case, he just envelops it and brings it in.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. From the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, he'll hand this off. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, Jackson. It's complete to Fuller. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.